And hello to all my Cancer friends. I'd like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your free psychic tarot reading for February 2023. Now today they've dialed up for you guys a very specific corner spread. It's going to be a health spread. We're going to set that up in the storyline format, which allows me to be very accurate because it's like a bunch of mini health stories all in one reading here. It's a scatter shot across the entire sign of Cancer, which allows me to be very accurate. We're going to be telling different stories for different Cancers, and there may be more than one story in here that resonates with you, and that's okay if it does, but at the end of the day, we are looking for that home run story that is all about you, and we're going to find it here today. And this is a pretty big deal here, Cancer, with the double health thing from last month. It was the same deal, and then even going back to December, it wasn't a health specific corner spread, but they wanted to do an extra health scrub in the December reading. So this has been a continuing thing for a while here. We got to get this ironed out, Cancer. We got to get to the bottom of it, and the health specific corner spread can be spiritual health as well. So very interesting things lie ahead, to the point where they wanted no extra at the end of your reading either. So we're just going to focus on the meat and potatoes, which is this specific corner health spread, and it is sometimes the most interesting spreads that I do. Very interested to see how that goes. Going to conclude your reading with the runestone though, and that'll bring the whole thing together. And let's see what is going on for health in February for my great Cancers, guys. I'm going to bring you in the overhead. The cards are already shuffled. I do that ahead of time to save us all a bunch of time. I'm going to bring you in right here. I like to share my table with you and show you what's going on. And there we go. We are live and recording. So what I'm doing now here, Cancer, these are my ritual cuts, cutting each deck into thirds. Back they go in a different order, and do that with both of these decks. It satisfies the ritual aspect of tarot. It is the same procedure for personal private reading, so it's just like you're here with me now. Then they're ready to go. So the storyline spread in any kind of format starts with 5 cards. I expand out from there where I need to go, but these are your core 5 cards, and arguably the most important. If it would like to flip, there we go. We're going to need more cards than this. I'm just going to check the view. See how we're doing. Okay, pretty good. Still going to go. Okay, that's going to be my end. Is that in view? Almost. Almost got it. All right, so I'm going to be able to get this all in a line in the camera for you guys. That's going to be our storyline setup before I expand it out and get the pairings together. I know that because this guy is facing inward, even though he's upside down, which is fine. So that's going to bracket us off like that. Spirit saying, hey, we got a full stop going on right here, right now. So that's going to be a standalone story, as is this one, as is that one, and then here. So we are looking at 4 stories that they're going to start like this. I'm going to expand them out. Now this is where my table does get a little bit full, and I will move the camera around so you guys can see everything for the things that go off screen. That's a major arcana card. It gets 2 to describe what's going on there. We just got a person here. Let's find out if that's the energy. It is. We're not using the person definition of the court card. We're using the energetic one. I'm actually going to leave that on the table there, part of the spread, to describe what is going on there. That part is good. Over here, another major arcana card that needs 2, just like that. That one's completely blocked. And this is a major arcana card as well. It's getting 2. And then this guy here, is this a person or the energy? It is a person because I have a queen right behind it there, so that lets me know individual energy. And I think we're good with the exception of my inverts as well as an Oracle Angel card. And they actually used the same Oracle Angel card deck for you guys this month as they did last month too. So interesting how that goes. Same kind of setup, same deck as well. This deck is different. This is my traditional Rider-Waite. Okay, so let's do some discards to see if they need to stay inverted or not. Let's start here. That one needs to be completely upright. That's going to actually turn into a very good thing. The order does need to stay the same in tarot. Very important to discuss that, or at least mention that. This one I need to discard as well. That one they want to be left alone. That one is completely blocked. Then down here we got one, 2. Yep, we got to do that one too. And that one's another one that needs to be upright. Everything needs to stay the same order. But just flip them around, and then those guys are ready to go. Just need an Oracle Angel card for every story. And then it's just a matter of getting it in the view and showing you. Okay. Something like that. All right, I'm going to take this off here so I can get a better indicator of what you can see and what you can't. We're going to start over here, story number 1. Story number 2. Story 3. And story 4, which is our lengthier one right there. Chop wood all the way over to the 8 of Pentacles. Let's get to work, guys. All right, Cancer health. Spread them out a little bit, make some room. Okay, story number 1. Let's start at the beginning. Brand new opportunities, guys. Cancer. This is bringing something new into health. You know, kind of figuring out where you're at with health is a big deal to kind of see where you fit in these readings, because this has been, like I said, a reoccurring deal here. So is it something you need to add to your health, or is it something you need to remove from your health? Okay, if this is something here that you need to add, this is an addition, this is a manifestation, this is the greatest time to do it here in February. And that is maybe why Spirit is saying, hey, you know what? We had a super new moon in December. We had another super new moon in January. We're getting our 3rd one in a row here in February. Super new moon. This is the best time to bring new things into your life. We're going to talk more about those moon cycles later, but this is my Magician card, so it's my manifester of the universe. And we're talking about health today, guys. So this is manifesting health. What you're trying to bring in to your health is a great time to do it here in February, because magic can happen. It's the Magician card. It's creating something out of nothing. It's just like Jesus turned the water into wine. It's like transmutation. You're creating things that you didn't think were possible to your health, and they are. That's what the universe is telling you here. They do show a lot of people are at a crossroads here, and it is all mental too. This is all in your head. This is stuff that might not even be real. You know, stuff that's like, oh, well, I don't want to start that because then the kids wouldn't like that I don't go to McDonald's anymore. You know, just stupid little stuff like that. This stuff is all in your head, guys. They show that you guys are driving a little blind, so you don't really see the way that this is going right now, or the outcome, that how you're going to get there. But Spirit reminding you that it's okay. That you don't need to worry about this. You don't need to stress out over this. It's just kind of a crossroads, is what a mental crossroads, probably the best way to describe it. They do show new ways of thinking here. This is my Ace of Swords, or my light bulb card. So like light bulbs going off in your head, new ideas with health, what you're trying to bring in to manifest here in February, guys. And they bring in the tribe. So this is with your group. This is with your people, with your family, with your close friends, anybody close to your heart here. This is usually the people like attracts like. Or this can even be, for example, like let's say you're trying to do a new gym membership. You're trying to do a new CrossFit group or exercise group, something like that. The tribe can be doing something here with other people that are trying to get the same results as you are. You know, if you were like a marathon runner, or you're training to run a marathon, you would want to get out with people who've done it before, who know what they're doing. That's what they talk about here. So this is the tribe. This is people who know the grounds, or the people that are close to you. So it can kind of be either way. I'm trying to throw it all at you here in a general, but that is story 1, guys. And it's a strong, empowering story in regards to health. I want to see you guys take advantage of that. Don't let it slip. This is the last major moon cycle that we have until August. These 3 have been huge, especially for bringing new things in. Story 2. Story 2, guys, we start with a theft or lost. This is somebody who, or this could just be one person for all I know, or this could be multiple people. But here, this is a loss of health here, where somebody has been, you know what, hey, this is a degradation. This is something that has gotten worse, okay? Maybe an injury has reoccurred. Maybe somebody's gotten sicker. Maybe somebody's had something from the past that has flared up again or come back. But they show theft or loss, and even it can be about removal. This can be about, you know, like loss. If you lose something, like let's say a removal of like a skin tag or something like that, that could be a loss too. So I'm trying to give you different definitions of the same energy that is being described, but it is my card of theft or loss, and it's coming in under health, of course. So they talk about clean it up here. So this is something that if you have not addressed, you need to address it here, basically to get rid of something. So we're kind of talking about very different energy from story 1. You can see that this is like, you know, the yin and the yang. It's like the opposite sides here that are contrasting. And it's kind of aligned to the moon cycles too, interestingly enough, because now we're talking about full moon energy with clean it up. We have the king come in, but they told me not a person. So this is the energetic king. And they're saying here, you need to really be authoritative. And for a lot of people, this has to do with work. This is something where, if like, if you work with a bunch of smokers and you're around it all the time, you used to smoke yourself, well, it's very tempting. They ask you, if you want to go out and have a cigarette, or you want to go and hang out with them and they're doing it, and you're just like, well, I can just have one. No, you can't. So this is something in regards to work. I just gave you one silly example. Of course, it probably has nothing to do with that for you. But this could even be just, hey, you know what? You're at a job where you're sitting on your butt too much. You got to get up and get moving, even if it's just taking a brisk walk during one of your breaks, or going home and doing some jogging, or whatever it is for you here. They talk about work authority actually coming in under health. And this can also be about people who are just stressed out about work, and work is affecting their physical health. It's like, that's not good either. Let's say you're working crazy hours, or you're just working with crazy people, or whatever has got you bothered at work, and it is actually showing here, Spirit is saying, hey, look, if this is affecting your physical health, that needs to either go, or it needs to be adjusted, or something has to occur there, because that's no good. They do talk about social unbalance here, or unrest here, so it does make me feel like getting along with people at work, or in this case, not getting along with people at work, where there needs to be a better social kind of camaraderie here, or environment perhaps, that work is just not presenting to you here. So there's a lot of moving pieces in there in story 2, very complex story, but hopefully I've given you enough kind of where Spirit is going with this, so that you can put it to use in the best way for you. There we go with story 2. We're going to do story 3, and then we're going to get into some moon cycles. Got a new gemstone to tell you guys about too. Very important stuff. But first, story 3. Story 3 is my completely blocked story. They blocked me out. What does that mean? That means that this is either on a delay, it's coming a little later, we need to tread a little lightly, or it's just saying, hey, you know what? We're just going to kind of give you a little bit. We don't want to give you too much. We don't want to overdo it. We don't want you to overthink it. We're just going to give you like some clues to kind of get through what the health messaging is, because like I said, it's been going on for a while here for a lot of my cancers. So we talk about the Justice card inverted first. The Justice card is usually karma that has nothing to do with you. Well, since it's inverted, if it was the other way around, I'd be like, hey, this is all you. All your karma. Here on an invert, this is saying this is somebody else's karma. This is not yours directly, but you guys still have to deal with it. So this could be like somebody else's health that has totally just gone down the gutter. Well, now you got to deal with it, because this is your aunt, for example, and you love her very greatly, dearly, and she means a lot to you, and you're always there for each other. So that could be an example here of how somebody else's karma affects you, even though it's not yours. And we're talking about health, of course, here. So there is some kind of injustice going on there, or a karmic move that is on a block. We do have that the nurturing of, we have two kind of sides come in. We have the mental and we have the emotional, and they're both involved in story 3, the health story of 3. The mental side, we talk about the Queen of Swords first. This is on an invert. Did I check that was a person? Let me just do that one more time. I don't know if I did. Okay, it's not, so we're good. The energetic definition of the Queen of Swords is that you really need to nurture right here. You need to nurture this, whether this is you directly or whether this is this person. Maybe you need to help this person really kind of get it right up here in their mindset, not to be stressed out or worried or too anxious about what is going on here. Hey, maybe you're just the calming effect. You're the calm in the room, the calm before the storm. You know what? You got to do what you got to do here. And the emotional tie-in here is really kind of in it to win it. It's like, you know what? I'm not leaving this. Go back to the aunt example. If this is your aunt, I'm not leaving her out to dry. She never let me down. I'm going to be there for her. We're going to stick this thing out. We're going to get through what we need to get through. Okay, so very much heart in the right place, heart in it to win it, not leaving, not walking away from the situation. They do want to tell you here that all that glitters is not gold. So there is something that comes up here in story 3 that is not how it appears to be. Whether it's a treatment plan or whether it's hey, you need to do this, or somebody's advice or opinion. There's something here that it looks okay, it looks shiny on the surface, it looks great, but under the hood, it's really not. It's not what it appears to be. So just keep that in mind there in story 3, that there is that element. So let's get into your moon cycles very briefly. We're going to be back with story 4, which is the big one. Okay guys, cutting in, here we go with some moon cycle forecast time. We have a huge lunar event going on in February. This is the third, the trifecta. It started in December, January, and now here we are in February. We get the third huge super new moon, but let's talk about that full moon first because that comes in first. It is a micro full moon, which means it's very small in the sky, but you can still use this energy to get anything out of your life that you don't want there anymore, whether it's a person, whether it's something to do with work or a project you just got to wrap up and get out, anything you need to sell or repurpose or even donate. All that stuff much better placed early in February under that full moon. Adversely, we have that huge new super new moon, that brand new moon coming in on February the 20th, and this is the greatest opportunity for a while, guys, until August, to bringing in new things into your life. And it doesn't matter what you're trying to manifest, what you're trying to attract. The universe does not care. This could be new love you're trying to bring in. You're trying to do something brand new with health. Let's say you're trying to do something new with work, get a new job, get a new promotion, or anything in between. Like I said, the universe does not care. Using that manifestation power, though, it's going to be very, very strong. Middle of the month, moving toward late into February. February 20 is the key date there, but any time really bracketing around that is key for that. It's any kind of manifestation stuff, guys. You can really attract powerfully right now, and it's the best time to do it because, like I said, we don't get any big lunar activity until August, so this is kind of the last chance for the last dance. Here we go. So moon cycles are a big deal, and if any of this has confused you, or maybe you prefer just a little graphic aid, a little illustration, I put together a moon cycle cheat sheet, and it is always on my website, and it is always free. I have moved what page it's on, though. I'm now doing a page about stuff that I'm talking about page. So things that we're talking about, that's where you can find it, parked at the very top. That is your moon cycle forecast cheat sheet. Got to tell you about new things coming into the shop, too. Make sure you're signed up for the newsletter, because my newsletter people get a couple free things every single year just by being signed up for it. I do giveaways on Facebook, and we want to follow both of those for sure. But let's talk about that new product in the shop. Every month, I unveil a brand new product into the Scott Sagent shop on the website, and this is the month that we are doing another gemstone, and it's going to be tree agate. And this is a wonderful gemstone for February because it brings and attracts love into all of the chakras. It's not just one or two of them. It can bring it into all of them at the same time. Very calm stone too. It works very slowly, but its lasting effects are long. It's basically doing the turtle energy. Slow and steady wins the race, and therefore it is not a strong vibration stone. It is very easy to work with, very calm, very mellow. Even if you've never had a gemstone before or don't work with gemstones, tree agate is a wonderful one for you. And I just love the green and the white, to the fact where I'm showing you pictures here on the screen. I really am giving you two different lighting options here just so you can see it under different lighting, because it is very beautiful. I love how the green and the white swirls together. It reminds me when I'm in an airplane looking down on Mother Earth. The green and the trees fade into just colors eventually, and the green and the white together. Actually, the more green the gemstone is, the more strong it is, and the more white the tree agate is, kind of the more mellow energy it is. So those are both available on the website. Well, I say both because it's available in small and in large. So we got two different sizes of tree agates available now. We got giveaways going on at the same time. We're still giving away the charm gemstone, and that is a random one, but that I'm flashing a picture of that on the screen too. That comes with every purchase of tree agate, or even the tiger's eye from last month. Any gemstone purchase comes with that, and also a little nylon case. You get to choose the color of that. So great stuff on the website every single month. New things, guys. So let's get back to your reading right now. Okay, Cancer, back with story number 4. Story number 4 starts talking about a man. So this could be a story about a male Cancer, or if you're a female Cancer, he could have a part of the story. There may be a male involved here that plays a part. Maybe they do this with you. Maybe they're your personal trainer. Maybe they're, fill in the blank. They're just involved, or they have to do with the story. Maybe this is something you guys do together. They show chop wood. So basically saying, we need to get to work on this. We need to bust it out. We need to get it done. Now, what is it that we need to get done? Well, first, we need to make the decision. They show a decision that needs to be made, or that recently has been made. For a lot of you, actually, they're telling me that this has already been made. You guys have decided, hey, you know what? Starting in the middle of February, starting March 1, whenever this is, for you, we all are on our own timing. You got to do the timing that works best for you. But hey, you know what? We're going to do this differently. We're going to no longer eat sugar. We're going to start the gym. We're going to just start doing light walking, whatever it is. We're going to start taking vitamins. Hey, you know what? We're going to stop doing fast food. Whatever you got going on, they show decisions being made here in story number 4. And a lot of you already have made this decision. Okay, so that's great. Now we got to stick with it because there's all kinds of good energy around it. So I like it. I like the way it looks. I want to encourage you to keep this going because they show that this is a new journey for a lot of people. This is something brand new you've never done before. I want to encourage, if you've been thinking about doing something new, that this could very well kind of be your little indicator here, the spiritual seed implanted into your head here, that this newness needs to be presented in the month of February. So this is the Fool card, but it doesn't mean you're a fool. It means a new journey. And it's very exciting. Just be a little conservative. We want to play it a little safe here. So nothing radical, nothing crazy where you're going to lose, 5 pounds a week, nothing crazy. This can be a slow little gain here, or, for, like we talked about, a male energy to start with. This is not something you need to get steroided up and do all these crazy things. The message from Spirit is play it safe, play it conservative with this story. But everything else is wonderful, guys. We have the Hierophant card coming in. So this is a card about taking care of your people. That could be why the male is involved in this too. Maybe you guys are taking care of each other, going to the gym together, going on walks together, whatever it is. Also, doing things the right way comes up with the Hierophant card too. So again, it's kind of a correlation of the conservative message where, hey, you know what? You don't want to cut corners here. You don't want to do anything half-ass. You don't want anything toxic in here. A lot of this stuff, there is an element here of something that could be toxic. And that's Spirit's way of saying, hey, let's keep this a little organic. Let's keep this a little safe. The traditional means much better placed. They do show hard work too, so it's letting you know that this is not going to be an easy walk through the park. This is going to be some chop it out wood. This is hard work. So you got to do it. You got to do the work to get the results. You got to put in the effort and the energy to get the outcome back, that energetic boomerang that you send out there and you get back. But this looks so good. There's really nothing to worry about with the example. The only kind of caveat in there is, you need to be a little conservative. But besides that, everything there is so nice. It's so good. It's like, and even in story 1, we presented this wonderful opportunity for you guys here to bring new things into your health, Cancer. So, Spirit is making such a big deal about your health. I hope you guys can figure out which of these stories is right for you so you can do it and we can move on to other things with Cancer besides health. I'm sure you guys are over it too. But like I said, they're always very interesting spreads, and this is no different. This has been a very interesting spread. Grabbing your runestone right here, guys. Runestone right here. I always hold it the wrong way. Hopefully I'm got it the right way now. This is the runestone of breakthrough. Breakthrough, guys. So we talked about breakthrough with that brand new thing in story 1. Breakthrough in story 2 is kind of deciding where your boundaries are, where you draw the line, maybe with something with work, with people in your lives, and what you need to actually what you can do about it, what you can fix, to correct whatever energy is adverse there. Breakthrough in story 3 can be helping other people, helping this other person break through for themselves, or to get to a point where they're mentally clear, emotionally invested, and really, paying attention to all that glitters is not gold. There's something in there that when this breakthrough happens, it makes me feel like, this is going to be a silly example, but when somebody wins the lottery and then you got like people popping up all over the place, hey, you remember me from middle school, all these crazy things. So there's something here that is just, despite the breakthrough, despite the good energy we have here, isn't how it appears to be. Just don't want you guys to miss that. And then breakthrough in story 4 is kind of the whole thing. It's the decision. The decision is the breakthrough. The base decision that you've decided, you know what? This is the time. Whether even it happened before, maybe you already started this at the new year in January, and this is your momentum message for breakthrough, guys. Keep it going. Keep that positive energy going. You guys have such great vibe here in the entire month of February. Every story had different moving parts, but overall, I like what I see. The ground is very fertile and very ripe for my Cancers in regards to health. So I hope you guys use this messaging to good use. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. Please remember to like and subscribe so you see the future readings, and have a great February.